princess. Winnipeg and me, and I wanted to give you my thoughts and feelings. Sorry there wasn't like any time lapse on me actually reading. I've been going through some health issues, so there's been no time lapse, but I've just finished it. Did this need to be 500 pages long? No, but I did really enjoy it. I mainly enjoyed the ending. Like the last couple of chapters, beautiful. Everything just happened in the last couple of chapters. Like the last 50 pages, absolutely everything happened. So what was the 450 pages for? I think if you're really, really into the characters, you would have sped through this. And like when I was reading it quickly. The chapters were freaking long though. I think if it was like 200 pages shorter, I would have been fine with it. It was just too long in my opinion. I did really enjoy it though. I think I'm gonna give this like a 3.75 stars. I didn't love it enough to give it 4 stars. Will I be thinking about it? I don't know. I might boost it up. I will let you know if I do. But as of right now, it's 3.754. Yes, it's a slow burn. It's a very, very, very slow burn. And I didn't like the fact that you only got one perspective. You just got Van's perspective. You didn't get his perspective, which would have been really nice to see. Character development, beautiful. There's a lot of information that was missed. There's a couple people that I would like to see a book of. It was lacking in so many aspects for me. There were, like, for a book that's 500 pages long, there was so much information that I wanted that I didn't get. But then there was so much information that I didn't need that I got. It was one of them situations, unfortunately. I'm glad I read it. I can tick it off my 24 books of reading 2024. And also, obviously, for this video, I can tick it off my fall reads because it's on my fall TBR. It wasn't my all-time favourite book. I had so much hype around this because everyone's saying, like, this book is amazing. And it wasn't it for me other than the last 50 pages. I love the characters. I loved Zach. I loved like what she did. I just think there was a lot more character development that we needed, a lot more information and background I wanted that I didn't get. I think I also wanted more of their relationship because it's marriage of convenience, yeah, but I didn't actually get to see them together being a fully committed relationship until like the last like 3 chapters, which, you know, I would like to see more of. I think if like the first half of the book was more like the full book and then the second half was like more about their life afterwards, I could have got along with it a lot more. It was lacking. It was very, very lacking, but I'm glad I read it. I've done it. I've completed it. Now we're going to go on to the next book. I'm downstairs and I'm fancying a fantasy. Like the weather is currently changing a lot and this is my fantasy selection. I have on my TBR Serpent and the Wings of Night, Final Empire, which I'm not really feeling, got Powerful and Reckless, I've got When the Moon Hatched, Iron Flame and Guild, but I'm feeling, I think, this one. This is the one I'm thinking. I'm feeling it. I keep thinking about it. This is the next read. I can't believe I'm going from one chunky book to another. This is what I'm feeling. This is what we're going to read. I have decided I'm going to annotate. So I've got 5 tabs. I'm using this pack because it goes with the dark vibe is what I've decided. So I've gone with these. I don't actually know if they're going to work or not. But I also didn't have I can't stand like a dark highlighter. So I've gone for a neutral one and a pen. So we'll see what happens. Absolutely love annotating fantasy books. I prefer annotating fantasy books over romance books, mainly because there's a lot more I am currently reading, as you very well know, The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I am about this 1/3 in. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm tabbing quite a lot, to be honest. I'm currently listening to this as an audio as well as reading it. I'm mainly doing that just because I have been really struggling this month in particular with migraines and just things up here are not quite right. So I've got it as an audiobook so that I can, if my brain is hurting but I don't want to like look at anything, I can just put the audiobook on, which is kind of difficult when you're annotating, but this is where we're up to. I really want to read right now and just escape into this world, so that's what my plan is. But the reason I've not been doing like videos, well, showing what I'm reading, is because I'm not reading it. So yeah, it's a bit difficult with you guys being on my phone and this, but I am enjoying it so far. What's happened is she's gone into these trials kind of thing, and it's a world with vampires, and she's human but she isn't human, but nobody knows that she's not human. Honestly, I'm enjoying it, but I'm a bit confused. I have underlined it quite a lot though. Keep your allies, but keep those teeth ready, little serpent. Like, what do you mean she a serpent? Is she this little snake? Like, honestly, I don't know, but I am very much so enjoying it. And I kind of love the two main characters, but I'm nervous, but I'm enjoying it. We're gonna see where it gets up to. I should really be like editing, but I can't edit because it causes me headache. So I think I'm gonna try and read 5 chapters and then go on with some editing if I can. Honestly, all I want to do is edit, and I want to get videos out for you guys, but at this moment in time it's really difficult. I missed last week's upload and I missed today's upload. It is currently like, well, 3 o'clock and the video should be going up in an hour, and there's like no way in hell that's gonna happen. It's one of those things. I filmed 2 videos and I just can't get it up. So I'm filmed 2 videos. I'm filming this one currently, and yeah, I can't even read. Like, this is how bad it is. Like, I've read 1 book this month and it's currently the 15th of September and I'm on my 2nd one, and it's very, very downheartening, the fact that I'm really struggling. Like, I'm struggling to make TikTok content, let alone edit for you guys. It's just one of those things, but we'll see what happens. We'll see where we get up to. But yeah, this is what I'm currently reading. I just wanted to update you guys. I am really enjoying it, and if anything happens then I'll let you guys know. But yeah, that's why this video is a bit slower and not the most entertaining, and that is because I'm not the most entertaining human being right now. I'm kind of dead on the floor, but you know, it is what it is. Tabs are really tabbing. I got so many now. It's kind of ridiculous. I'm slowly going through this. I am listening to it and also reading it at the same time, which is the best way for me right now to be able to do this. He called her princess during the maze, and he finds her and helps save her, and he calls her princess. That's all I needed to update you on. Apart from, I am almost 200 pages in and freaking loving this book. This book is absolutely everything. You know when you're in a fantasy book and you know it's getting to that point? That point has just hit, and it is hit so well. Like, one, her power's coming through and she's just gone, what the hell's going on? And it's like life and death moment. It's like fight or flight mode comes in, and her power's just like, I'm here. And this book, it is so good. It's a slow start, but once you get in, this book is incredible. I'm going to say again, I'm so happy I'm audiobooking it, because I think that's the best way to read this, is the audiobook. Like, this audiobook is so incredible, but I am absolutely flying through this book and I love it so much, and I cannot wait to carry on. I've just been reading and reading this and never really giving you a recent update. Sorry. I am currently on part 6 of the story. As you can tell, I have been annotating the heck out of it, to the point where I've now run out of dark blue tabs and having to choose a lighter blue until the new ones that I've had to buy just to match the book arrive tomorrow, so I can replace them. Because there is no way in hell I can keep these light blue ones when there's the dark blue ones as the right colour. It's gonna irritate me. We had to order some, but my god, this book is heartbreaking. It rips your heart out, but at the same time the main character heals you. Both the main characters heal you. It is tragic. It is, oh, it's just everything I want in a fantasy book and more. Like, there's the romance aspect of it, and like he's a vampire, and I kind of love it. It's like, it's so good because you've got this trial that's going on, and obviously in this trial, like, she's trusting her father and he does not trust her father for obvious reasons. So you're learning about like her learning about what her father actually does, because she's going into these trials as like one of the only humans. But I don't think she's human. I won't lie, but that's something we're going to come to. And these trials are deadly. These trials are just, you're reading them and you're like, what's going on? And you fall in love with the characters straight away. And the two characters that you follow are just everything. I've been listening to it as an audiobook and reading it and annotating, because that's the best way I found for myself to read this book. I've read a few chapters today without the audiobook, and I have enjoyed them now that I understand the story. But I think at the time when I was starting to read this, my brain has just, it wasn't good anyway. But I think if my brain was alright, it'd be fine to read it as normal. I am obsessed with it. I'm not gonna lie, I almost bought loads of fantasy books today, and I've stopped myself because I know I'm only buying fantasy books because I'm reading a fantasy book and all I now want to read is fantasy. So I'm going to just read the ones that I've got currently, because I've got quite a lot of fantasy books to get reading. But I am absolutely loving this. So if you have any fantasy reads that have got vampires involved, please do let me know, because I really want to read them now. I know I've got one on my shelf, definitely that's a vampire one. But yeah, I am just absolutely loving this book. I have the second one to it on my Kindle, because it's on Kindle Unlimited, these books are. And I can't wait till it's out in paperback, the second one, so I can buy it and annotate it. But my issue is, if I read it on Kindle, I don't annotate it, I'm never going to put the annotations into the actual book itself. That's my only issue. But, you know, yeah, I am loving it right now. I cannot wait to read more fantasy. So I think after this, I'm just going to carry on reading fantasy until I get sick of it. So I've got a thinner fantasy book downstairs that I really want to read. But I'm also reading another book at the same time. So my plan is to try and get through quite a lot of this tonight, because this morning I had to read another book that I'm doing for an ad, which is a romance book. And I'm enjoying it, but I'm just in such a fantasy mood. I'm just like, yeah, like, it's alright. Kind of have to read it because I have to read it. But right now all I want to read is this. So I'm going to carry on reading it. I'll give you my full review once I've finished it. But I'm probably not going to come back to you until I have finished it, because it's just getting good. And it's just at the point where I just now want to dive in and I don't want to have any distractions but the book. And that's currently what's happening. Why is it always the fantasy books that break you? When you read this book, you'll know I'm so close to the end, and I'm just gonna sit here and cry. I have never read a book like this. Well, like this. This is incredible. I will talk more once I finished it, but I literally was like, you need to come on here and be like, this book will rip your heart out. I've got about an hour left, so I'm gonna go and finish it, but be ready for your heart to be ripped out. I'm actually a mess, so ignore that. I've just finished this book. Look at these tabs. Look at that amount of tabs. I don't think I've ever tabbed a book as much as this. Now this is a non-spoiler review. This book sends you an emotional roller coaster, and the ending of this book, what? I was crying in the last clip, and now I'm just like, one, what has she done? Two, I know why she's done it, but why did he keep, like, I understand why he kept so much information from her, but there's so much information that's been kept from her, and then she's done this informed decision, and then he's gone, what have you done? Chaos. Pure chaos. I need some time to recuperate from this book. Fantasy has a way of doing things to me. I don't read them often, but when I do and I enjoy it, I freaking love it because it makes me question things. It makes me go, what's going on? And it's unpredictable. And oh, I love this book. My friend was telling me there's a little novella to read, so I'm going to read that little novella next. It's on my Kindle as my next book. I'm currently reading one for that I have to read, but in between I'm reading other books. So I'm going to grab my Kindle once I've caught up with this book and read it. I really don't know where this little novella fits in, if it's before or after, but apparently I need to read it before reading the second book. So that's what I'm going to do, because I have the second book on my Kindle, but it doesn't come out in paperback till November. So I don't know whether or not I'm going to treat myself to the paperback in November and save it for then, or I will start reading it. But my God, this book, incredible. I don't know if I'm going to rate it yet. In my brain, I'm thinking like a 4.75. I don't know if it gives me that 5-star feeling, but then again, it's giving me the same feeling as the Fourth Wing series, and I think that's actually gone down in my ratings. I did give it a 6-star at the time, Fourth Wing, and I think now it's more like a 4.75. So like this is teetering between a 4.75 and a 5-star. Most of my 4.75 star books are almost like literally they're on a cusp, and some days are a 5-star and some days they're under. Just depends on how I'm feeling. But I don't think I've ever tabbed a book this much. I really want to give this to my friend and be like, you need to read, there's a chapter, but I won't be giving her this copy because you'll see my tabs and be like, and I cannot do that to myself. If you like a vampire book, if you like fantasy, you like trials, you like being an emotional roller coaster, you like the thing of if you win this, you get to choose whatever wish you want. There's power involved, there's clans and kingdoms and power and air and things like that. You need to read this series. There's 3 books so far and a novella. They're on Kindle Unlimited. The third one is coming out sometime this year, I believe. Sometime this year. It is, I think I'm in my fantasy era. All I want to read currently after this is fantasy. I just want to devour fantasy books. But I know if I just devour fantasy books, I will get sick. But I'm going to keep going with that because I have so many fantasy books that I need to read. It's probably a good thing. This is me telling you to grab this book and read it. It is only £5 currently. Thank me later. I've destroyed this spine, like destroyed it. But yeah, I'm so excited to take photos of the annotations and show you guys on Instagram. I mean, I had to buy a brand new pack of annotating kit. The blue tab, let me preface what the blue tabs were. So the blue tabs were sad, tense, and what the fuck. The blue tabs were the ones at the top. They are gone on both packs. I had to buy a brand new pack and both blues were gone, and I had to use a different shade of blue as well. And then the green was happiness, love, and squealing. And just any time there was like lovey-dovey bits, I was like, oh my God. The green ones have gone on this one. And the green ones have like significantly gone down on this side because I had a bit of there is a bit of story building, and I loved some of the character stuff, so I did have character stuff. I just highlighted so much, and because I was audiobooking it was so much easier to tab because I literally could line it, underline, like highlight it. I haven't really written in this one. In my Powerless one I did write in it and highlight, but in this one I just highlighted. There's a few writing bits, but my god, the tabs are literally all like here when not everything was going on, everything. But yeah, I need some time to recuperate, so I'm gonna watch some YouTube and a bit of recuperation because I honestly don't know what I'm going to do with myself now. I honestly don't have a clue what I'm going to do with myself. I need to take a chill pill and relax. The ending of that book was something else. This is a full mood reading video. I've got home from work and all I've been thinking about is reading Rewitched by Lucy Jane Wood, who is a YouTuber I have watched for years, donkey's years, and she released a book. This is actually the American copy, and I decided this is what I'm fancying reading. It's giving Gilmore Girls vibes, it's giving witchy vibes, and it's giving fall but easy read. So this is what I'm going to read, and I cannot wait to read it. Also, if you've ever had an American book and you're British, one, the covers feel so different and it's really odd reading such a big book and the pages feel different. But that flop, if we can get this in the UK, I'd be in love. But you know, I'm gonna get reading this. I'm really excited. I've literally just got in from work and I just want to dive straight into a book. So this is what I'm choosing. Ignore the state that I am in. I have not done my hair. I've literally got up and started reading this book straight away because all I wanted to do was read it. This book is such an interesting read. Like, one of my book friends didn't really enjoy it, but I'm quite enjoying it so far. I'm on chapter 20, 220 pages in. I think if I was reading this hardback, I wouldn't be enjoying it as much, but because it's paperback and it's floppy, I'm kind of like, oh, I can get along. It's really strange if a book is really hard to like open and I'm just a bit like, it's an okay book like this one, then I'm less intended to read it than if it just does this. That sounds really strange, but anyway, so far what's happened, Belle is coming up to it was her 30th birthday. She got summoned by the witch court to be like, we're gonna either say you're gonna keep your magic or you're going to not have it anymore. Like, if we think that you've wasted your magic over the last 15 years or done anything bad, then you won't have your magic anymore. So she goes this thing, and it's about this manifestation thing of they see what she's done, and she's done some quite questionable things, but obviously from the ages of 15 to 30, you're growing, you're in your 20s, you're not really knowing where life's going, and so they see this, and obviously she didn't know. She wanted to be with the non-witchy people, she wanted to go to university, she wanted to make a life for herself outside of magic as well as having magic. The witch coven was like, you can't be having your magic, but then one of them, Bronwyn, was like, no, we're gonna find a loophole. So it was a loophole. She has to like get tutored, but the person who's getting tutored by, when he was a kid, when he was about just before he turned 15, or when he was 15 or something like that, accidentally killed his brother. You read about it and you're like, well, actually it's not his fault, but everyone kind of blames him. He doesn't have his magic anymore. He has a little bit, but not a lot. So she's getting tutored by him because he's one of the best, but it couldn't be anyone from the coven that tutored her, so that was the next person that they could choose. And so she's getting tutored by him. There is a little love interest of Rune, who is over 200 years old, but I think he looks like he's in his 30s, 40s. But yeah, so that's a little love interest that's thrown in with all of the magic. But what's just happened is she can't hold a protection spell, so something's going on with that. So Rune's looking into it because he's like, well, that's weird. You should be able to hold it, and you can't hold it. So I'm going to look into it for you. Next thing you know, she's doing this summoning spell to get her mum. Her mum appears all perfectly fine and dandy. Next thing you know, lights have gone out. Her mum keeps flashing in and out of like the area. Like 1 minute she's there, 1 minute she's not, and you're like, what's going on? And now she's gone, and that's where we've got up to. I just wanted to update you because this book is really, really fun. And it's like a really easy witchy read. If you're wanting to read fantasy, it's called magical something, realism, I believe, these type of books are, because it's based in our world, but there is magic involved. And it's really, really easy to follow due to that fact of like, you're literally following along a story which is based in the world that we know of, but just has magic in it. And I really love it. There is some hints as well to like Hogwarts and like Harry Potter, which is really, really cute. I followed Lucy Jane Wood for years, and I know she's a massive Harry Potter fan, and that's why she's chosen a witchy book. And I kind of can see like her little like bits and bobs like floating in. Like she works in this bookstore called Luna Books, and it's like this really cute little bookstore, and it reminds me a bit of Stars Hollow, it giving me Gilmore Girl vibes, like the friendship giving me Gilmore Girl vibes, and you can kind of see like all her little like areas of things that she loved like in this book. She's really nice because I've been watching her for like 10 years or something ridiculous. But I am loving this book. The other day I was like, oh, I don't know how I feel about it. And now I've got up to like, I'm thinking about 100-ish, 150 pages in. And I was like, okay, this is getting good. This is getting somewhere. And now I just can't put it down. Like I've got BookTube on in the background. I'm not even paying attention. I'm reading. It's just there in the background. There's some background noise. But yeah, I am absolutely loving this book. Like, I need to get ready at some point today, and I'm just like, get ready later. I'm reading a book. As long as I'm ready before I need to go out, that's fine. But yeah, I want to finish this today. I've got this much left. I don't even know where this finishes. Well, I might not be able to finish it today. We'll find out. Where does it end? We've got 371 pages, and I'm on page 221. We'll try our best, but I'm really enjoying it so far. So I will update you if there's anything else that happens or when I finish it. But so far, loving it. This is editing Tanwen, and I realised I never did a review of Rewitched, and I never signed off this video, so that's me doing it now. Rewitched was really, really good. I believe I gave it about 3 stars. It wasn't the best book I ever read, but it was a really good read for this time of year. I can see why some people wouldn't like it, especially if you paid for a hardback, because in the UK it's come out as a hardback, so I can kind of understand why people were like on it. But it was really good. I did really enjoy it. It wasn't my all-time favorite, but sometimes when you just want like an autumnal read, especially for fall, it is a really good, really easy magical realism book, because it's based in this world, but you just got witches involved and things like that. So it was a really good book on that front, and I can see a lot of the inspiration that the author had from things that she likes that are to do with that similar thing. So I did really enjoy that. I only gave this book 3 stars or a 3.5 star because it wasn't the best thing in the world that I've ever read, but it was just one of those kind of like filler books, and I do quite enjoy a filler book every so often, so that was really nice. Yeah, so we read 3 books in this video. Majority of this video is literally The Serpent and then Wings of Night, because that's the book I was obsessed over, and I still am obsessed over it, and I still cannot stop thinking about that book, and it's been a couple of weeks, so that says a lot. But I did really enjoy this reading vlog. If you do enjoy these type of videos, go give it a thumbs up, comment down below what books you want to see me read next, or if you have any fall recommendations, or if there is any books that you particularly enjoyed, do let me know, and let's just start comments and bookish stuff in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, because you'll be able to see my next video, which will be out next Sunday 4 PM UK time. So I'll see you guys in my next video.